My story actually begins in the early 1970s. Both my family and my wife's family immigrated here from USSR, which is Ukraine nowadays, the region where we grew up. My wife lived just outside of Boston, Massachusetts, and I grew up outside of Cleveland, Ohio. In 1987, I graduated from college, and I moved to Boston, Massachusetts. I had a couple of friends there. They invited me to go out. When we went out, that's when I met my now wife. So a couple of years go by, we got married, and in 1990, we ended up moving to Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia, things kind of took off a little bit. We bought a townhouse. 1990, we had our son. 1996, we had our daughter. And anybody that lives around here, as the kids get a little bit older, you start going to the Eastern Shore on vacation. As they continue to get older, they start bringing their friends along. So it gets complicated. We're all sitting in our SUV, the kids are there, there's a rooftop rack, and we're bringing a bunch of stuff with us. Things are getting a little expensive. Our careers are we're still financially not completely independent. Well, independent, but not comfortable. So we're trying to find places where we can afford to go with us, the kids. So Cape May, New Jersey ended up being a really fun destination. If anybody's ever been here to Cape May, New Jersey, it's a really quaint town, beautiful colored houses. They have no fast food restaurants. There's horses, drawn carriages, people riding bicycles. But the best part about Cape May, New Jersey is it's a town where most of the restaurants don't have liquor or wine license. So what that means is that at 5 o'clock, everybody's standing by the wine store in line buying wine because the restaurants will serve you the wine if you bring it yourself. So again, traveling, our two kids and their friends, money is a little bit tight. Normally we'd have either each one glass of wine or we'd have a cocktail, and that would be it. But bringing our own bottle of wine, it gets a little bit more affordable. Traveling with 4 kids, wine is a necessary thing on vacation. It really makes things much, much easier. Typically, we'll have our dinner, wine, the kids will go walk around. It's a wonderful place to walk around. This one night, we took the kids back to the house that we rented, and we take for a stroll. There's a jewelry store at Cape May that sells the new jewelry, but also antique stuff. So we walked by, and it didn't take a lot of work to convince my wife to go into a jewelry store. So she walks into the jewelry store, we start looking around, she looks to her left, and inside the display, she looks at me, she goes, "This is my ring." And I said, "Okay, it's the wine." We've had lots of wine. And she goes, "No, this is really my ring." So I said, "Tone it down a little bit." My wife is a great negotiator. When she negotiates prices, I usually walk away because I get embarrassed. I can't handle it. I said, "They will never give us a discount on the ring if you actually keep this up." Well, she keeps insisting this is her ring. Now, to give you a little bit of the background, so she left USSR in 1973. And my parents left in 1972. We had to give everything up. All the jewelry, anything of value. Pretty much you leave with a suitcase and a shirt on your back. So that's what happened in 1973. So she looks at that ring, and she keeps insisting that it's hers, and I keep telling her, "Please calm down." So the salesperson comes up now and says, can I help you? And I said, please, oh God, this is going to be one expensive ring. He shows her the ring, and she looks at me, she goes, that ring has an inscription on the inside. And I said, right. So then we borrowed the little loops that they have, and indeed it does have an inscription inside. Now, it's not a fancy ring. It's a little kid's ring with a little pearl and a little diamond on it. Not a big deal. So I asked the salesperson, please put it on hold. We'll come back to him tomorrow. We have to check a few things. So we get back to the house. We call her mom. She describes the ring and the inscription, and her mom confirms that indeed that is her ring. So when she left USSR, she was 10 years old. So now this is 2006. Our daughter is 10 years old. So the next day, we go back to the store, and my daughter tries on the ring. Our daughter tries on the ring, and it fits her. So we do end up buying the ring. It did end up being my wife's ring. The story that the salesperson told us is the day before, a girl from Russia came to work at Cape May, New Jersey. She came in and she sold him the ring. Many years later, from 1973 to 2006 now. So I know you guys are I know the suspense is there. You all want to know whether we actually got the discount on the ring. No, we did not. She totally blew that deal. But for the price that it was hand-delivered all the way from USSR. So it included the delivery charge. Okay, well, thank you.